Hello everyone. Now in our mechanics of solid, today we are going to see our next topic, axial and transverse loading. What is axial and what is transverse load on a prismatic bar? So now before we going to see our next topic, in a previous video we saw that direct and simple stresses and strain and elasticity. Then after we saw basically stress, normal stress and tangential stress and Hooke's law. So first of all, what is stress and what is strain? So as discussed earlier, simple and direct stress are developed due to axial force and the failure is either due to axial tension and axial compression. Now we will study about deformation and stresses due to axial force and different structure in detail. So stress, strain elasticity and Hooke's law. Deformation and stresses in statically determinate structure. Deformation and stresses in statically indeterminate structure. And deformation and stresses in composite structure. So first of all, what is elasticity? What is elastic material? What is elastoplastic material? What is plastic material? Ductile material and brighter material. So elasticity is the property of body to regain its original position after the removal of external force. So body is elastic. Then elastic material. If a material fully cover its original shape and size, if a material fully recover its original shape and size after removal of external force, the deformation appears completely after removal of force is called elastic material. Then elastoplastic material. If the deformation exists partially even after the removal of external force, the material is said to be elastoplastic. So the material comes back to its original shape and size partially, and some permanent deformation remain inside even after the removal of force. Plastic material. If the material does not regain its original shape and size at all, or it remain deformed even after removal of external force, it is said to be plastic. Ductile material. Till now we have studied material that can be drawn into wire is called ductile. In technical words, if the material undergo large deformation before failure when tensile force is applied, is called ductile. Brittle material. If a material does not undergo any deformation on application of force and fails due to rupture, is called brittle material. Glass is a brittle material. It breaks into the pieces of force is applied on it. So based on above classification, it is clear that strength of material is all about stress and deformation. So first of all, what is stress? So on a body, when external force is applied, it undergoes some deformation and internal resisting force are set up. This resistance to force per unit cross sectional area is called stress. Stress is equal to force upon area. P by A equal to R by A. Sigma equal to P by A. Normally stress is expressed with the Newton per mm square or kilonewton per meter square. So stress is a tensor quantity, higher order vector. Now basically stress are two types, normal stress and tangential stress. However, there are 5 kind of stresses: tensile stress, compressive stress, shear stress or tangential stress, bending stress or transverse stress, shear stress due to twisting. Now what is strain? So deformation per unit dimension is called strain. Deformation per unit dimension is called strain. The strain is defined as ratio between change in a length upon original length. Epsilon is equal to delta L upon L. So strain is a ratio of dimension. Hence strain is a unitless parameter. Now elastic limit. So on a body, when external force is applied, it undergoes deformation, and on removal of external force, body return to its original shape. but for a given section there is a limiting value of force up to and within which the deformation entirely disappear on removal of the force. The value of stress corresponding to this limiting force is called elastic limit. Now Hooke's law very most important theory. Within elastic limit the stress is proportional to strain. Strain is proportional to strain. Sigma is proportional to strain. So sigma is equal to E into epsilon, where E is a modulus of elasticity of material which bears constant. Now modulus of elasticity or Young modulus. So modulus of elasticity or Young modulus is defined as the intensity of stress which cause unit strain. So modulus of elasticity is equal to stress upon strain. E equal to stress upon strain. Unit of E is Newton per mm square. For a mild steel, E equal to 200 10 cube into 10 cube Newton per mm square, so 200 gigapascal. So normally it is expressed in gigapascal. 1 gigapascal is equal to 10 cube megapascal. Now next topic is some material and their modulus of elasticity, value of modulus of elasticity. The first is steel. So average modulus of elasticity is equal to 2.1 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Cast iron 1.3 10 raised to 5. Brass 0.8 10 raised to 5. Timber 0.1 10 raised to 5. Copper 1.0 10 raised to 5. Aluminium 0.7 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Now equation of deformation कैसे फाइंड करेंगे? Equation of deformation. तो for a bar subject to a tensile or compressive force, we know that stress is equal to P upon A. जो हमने देखा था stress is equal to sigma is equal to P upon A, force upon area. Then strain epsilon is equal to delta L upon L, change in length upon original length, ratio between change in length upon original length. Now we know that Hooke's law, stress is directly proportional to strain. So proportionality put करेंगे at that time E into epsilon. So E is equal to stress upon strain. E modulus of elasticity E equal to stress upon strain. But we have value for that. Stress is equal to P by A, epsilon is equal to delta L by L. E is equal to stress upon strain. स्ट्रेस क्या है? P बाई ए एप्सिलॉन डेल्टा एल अपन एल. तो सिंप्लीफाइड करेंगे एट दैट टाइम हमें क्या मिलेगा? मॉड्यूलस ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी ई इक्वल टू पी एल अपन ए इंटू डेल्टा एल. सो डेल्टा एल इज इक्वल टू पी एल अपन ए इंटू ई और डेल्टा एल इज इक्वल टू सिग्मा एल अपन ई. नाउ एक्सियल एंड ट्रांसवर्स लोडिंग. So what is axial and transverse loading? So first of all, axial load. So when load is applied along the axis of the member, it is called axial load. It may be tensile or compressive. ठीक है कि हमारे पास कोई भी प्रिज्मेटिक रोड है एट द टाइम जो उसकी एक्सिस एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस, सो एक्स एक्सिस पे जो फोर्स अप्लाई करो, एक्सिस पे जो लोड अप्लाई हो गए, सो इट इज कॉल्ड एक्सियल लोड. इट मे बी टेंसाइल और कंप्रेसिव. Then transverse load. When load is applied in a direction perpendicular to the axis of the member. ठीक है, perpendicular, it is 90 डिग्री, परपेंडी यानी 90 डिग्री पे एक्ट होगा मेंबर के, so it is called transverse load. Now next is prismatic and non-prismatic bar. So what is prismatic and what is non-prismatic bar? So a bar having constant cross section throughout its length is called prismatic bar. जो किसी भी बार का क्रॉस सेक्शन सेम होगा throughout its length. A bar having constant cross section constant रहेगा throughout its length, so it is called prismatic bar. Next, non-prismatic bar. So a bar which does not have a constant cross section throughout the length is called non-prismatic bar. A bar having cross section डज नॉट constant throughout its length, it is called non-prismatic bar. ठीक है, here figure is given prismatic bar and non-prismatic bar. So first figure, constant cross section throughout length and non-prismatic bar, uniform varying cross section, so it is non-prismatic bar. So a non-prismatic bar may be bar with a uniformly varying cross section throughout its length, or a bar consisting a portion of a prismatic length called step bar. The material of bar is same throughout the length of the bar. Now next is very most important theory, composite and compound bar. Composite and compound bar, it is called composite material. Composite material. So here first figure is composite bar, so it is made of copper and steel. Second compound bar, it is steel and copper. Composite and compound bar. So first is composite bar. If cross section of a bar is made of two or more different material, it is called composite bar. The bar may be prismatic or non prismatic. कि कोई भी बार होगा वो दो या दो से ज़्यादा मटेरियल का बना होगा, सो इट इज़ कॉल्ड कंपोजिट बार. इफ क्रॉस सेक्शन ऑफ बार मेड ऑफ टू और मोर डिफरेंट मटेरियल, इट इज़ कॉल्ड कंपोजिट बार. ठीक है, वो कौन सा होगा, प्रिज्मेटिक और नॉन प्रिज्मेटिक टाइप. नाउ नेक्स्ट कंपाउंड बार. व्हेन द बार इज मेड ऑफ टू और मोर मटेरियल अलोंग द लेंथ ऑफ द बार, हाउएवर any cross section of the bar is made of only one material is called compound bar. ठीक है, तो compound bar में भी prismatic और non prismatic. कोई भी बार दो या दो से ज़्यादा मटेरियल का बना होगा along the length of the bar. However, any cross section of the bar is made of only one material, so it is compound bar. Now next is deformation and stresses in statically determinate structure. तो first of all, statically determinate structure क्या है? Statically determinate, so we have equilibrium condition, summation h equal to 0, summation v equal to 0 and summation m equal to 0. जो ये तीन इक्विलिब्रियम कंडीशन से किसी भी स्ट्रक्चर का एनालिसिस कर सकते हो, सो ये स्ट्रक्चर को हम स्टेटिकली डिटर्मिनेट स्ट्रक्चर बोलेंगे. सो deformation and stresses in statically determinate structure. So here first is deformation of a body due to self weight. किसी भी मटेरियल का सेल्फ वेट होगा, उसकी वजह से जो बॉडी के अंदर डिफॉर्म आएगा, तो हम वो डिराइव करेंगे. सो कंसीडर करना है हमें अ बार शोइंग ए बी हैंगिंग फ्रीली अंडर ओवर इट्स लेंथ. कि हमारे पास एक बार है यहाँ पे, इट इज़ बार ए बी, ए एंड बी. बार ए बी हैंग हो रहा है, सेल्फ वेट है खुद का, तो लेंथ ऑफ द बार इज इक्वल टू एल. एरिया, क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया ऑफ द बार, इट इज़ ए, इक्वल टू मॉड्यूलस इलास्टिसिटी फॉर द बार मटेरियल, डब्ल्यू इक्वल टू वेट और यूनिट वेट ऑफ द बार मटेरियल. नाउ कंसिडर अ स्मॉल एलिमेंट डी एक्स. अब हमें क्या करना है, बार का स्मॉल एलिमेंट कंसिडर करना है. इट इज़ डी एक्स एट अ डिस्टेंस एक्स फ्रॉम बी. ठीक है, जो बी है वहाँ से उसका डिस्टेंस क्या है, एक्स. नाउ एक्सल फोर्स कमिंग ऑन एलिमेंट डी एक्स. अब एक्सल फोर्स आएगा सेल्फ वेट एट सेक्शन पे, वो हम कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे. सो पी इंटू एक्स इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू इंटू एक्स, डब्ल्यू इंटू एक्स. सो इलोंगेशन ऑफ दिस एलिमेंट, फोर्स की वजह से बॉडी में इलोंगेशन आएगा, कंप्रेशन या टेंशन. सो दिस इज़ द डेल्टा एक्स, तो पी एल अपन ए. सो फोर्स क्या है, डब्ल्यू इंटू एक्स, जो हमने प्रीवियस डिराइव किया, पी इज इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू इंटू एक्स. एल क्या है, डी एक्स ए इंटू ई. Now to find the total elongation of the bar, integrate the above equation between 0 to L. So delta L is equal to इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ 0 to L पी एक्स इंटू एल अपन ए. वैल्यू पुट करेंगे पी एक्स इज इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू इंटू एक्स, एल इज इक्वल टू डी एक्स अपन ए. सो जो कांस्टेंट वैल्यू है वो बाहर आएगी, इंटीग्रेशन के बाहर आएगी. सो डब्ल्यू अपन ए इंटीग्रेशन 0 to L एक्स इंटू डी एक्स. सो सिंप्लीफाइड इट. सो वी गेट डेल्टा एल इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू अपन ए एक्स स्क्वायर बाई टू. ठीक है, एक्स का क्या आएगा इंटीग्रेशन एक्स स्क्वायर बाई टू. लिमिट क्या है 0 to L. पुट द लिमिट अपर एंड लोअर लिमिट. सो डेल्टा एल इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू एल स्क्वायर अपन 2AE. सो डेल्टा इज इक्वल टू delta L equal to WL square upon 2A. So thus deformation of the bar under its own weight is equal to the half of the deformation of the body is subjected to direct load equal to the weight of the body. So if unit weight of material gamma kilonewton per meter cube is given, so total weight of bar gamma A into L. So delta L is equal to gamma AL into L upon twice A. So it is gamma L square upon twice A. ठीक है. सो वेरी मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थियरी कंपोजिट एंड कंपाउंड बार.